Chosen one, this message has found you for a reason. Not by chance, not by coincidence, but by a divine appointment written long before you ever questioned if wealth could find its way to you. You are not here just scrolling. You are not listening. By accident, something bigger is happening. Something is aligning. And what's coming for you is not just a payment. It is a release, a restoration, a complete shift in how abundance finds its way into your life. Right now, beyond what your eyes can see, beyond what your mind can calculate, a force greater than understanding is setting things in motion. A financial breakthrough, chosen one you never expected, is on its way. And not because you begged for it, not because you hustled for it endlessly, but because you were always meant to receive it, because your soul has finally aligned with the vibration of receiving. And now the shift has begun. There is something important I need you to do. Stay with me all the way to the end. Not just because every word matters, but because every moment of this message is unlocking another layer of what's already destined for you. Do not skip, do not rush, do not doubt. This is your confirmation. And as you listen, take a breath and begin to feel the pull in your spirit. That knowing that something big is happening, that feeling is not just a hunch. It is the frequency of your financial miracle calling you home. You've carried the weight of not knowing, of trying to figure it all out. You've looked at bills, at deadlines, at broken promises, and wondered if things would ever shift. You've held on in silence. You've smiled while breaking inside. But chosen one, I tell you now, your patience has not gone unnoticed. Your waiting has not been in vain. Your reward has already been prepared. And now it's being delivered. Yes, a financial blessing, but not just any kind. One that shocks you, one that arrives without warning, one that makes you say, how? One that changes not just your situation, but your entire story. A blessing that sets you apart, that proves what you always suspected. You are never forgotten. You were simply being aligned. This is not just about money. It's about what the money will represent. The freedom, the healing, the release, the restoration, the proof that no matter what was taken, what was delayed, what was denied, it's coming back, multiplied, transformed, and perfectly timed. And no, this isn't a fantasy. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't blind hope. This is the reality. You've stepped into the moment you chose to believe that more was meant for you. Because you are no longer chasing, you are attracting. You are no longer hoping, you are receiving. The frequency has shifted. And that is why things around you may have started to feel different. Have you noticed the signs? Repeating numbers, dreams of wealth, a sudden calm in the midst of chaos, a conversation overheard that spoke directly to your situation. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. These are the universe's way of whispering, stay ready. It's already begun. Your spirit knows. Even if your mind tries to reason, even if your logic fights it, deep within, you can feel it. That something is coming. Something that you didn't earn in the traditional sense, but was earned through every moment you didn't give up, through every silent tear, through every time you chose faith over fear. That energy has been stored, and now it's being returned in full, with interest. The world taught you to fear lack, to expect struggle, to work endlessly for breadcrumbs. But the divine never operated by the rules of man. What's coming for you, chosen one, will break every rule that tried to bind you. It will arrive in a way they said was impossible, at a time they said was too late, through a channel you never saw coming. Because this is not just about receiving money. This is about being repositioned, elevated, reinstated. Remember, there is power in your belief. And every moment you choose to believe instead of doubt, you amplify the path that this blessing will travel through. Do not entertain fear. Do not let old programming block what has already been released. You are not the version of yourself that struggled to believe. You are not the person who had to beg to be seen. You are the chosen one, the one they overlooked, but heaven never forgot. Have you ever felt like the universe wasn't just whispering, but declaring something directly to you? Like every word you just heard was written with your name in mind? That's not a coincidence, it's confirmation. If this message resonated with your spirit, it's because it was meant for you. So don't leave this moment silently. Type, "I receive it," in the comments as a declaration of agreement. And if you haven't yet, subscribe now. Not out of habit, but out of alignment. Because every time you return here, you're stepping deeper into the reality that's already been prepared for you. This unexpected financial payment is not just to meet your needs. It is to exceed them. It is to confirm that your reality has changed, that you have stepped into a new dimension where wealth is not pursued but magnetized, where money does not slip away but stays and multiplies, where you no longer live in survival but in overflow. And yes, others will wonder. They will ask, how? They will assume you got lucky. But you will know. It wasn't luck. It was alignment. It was the moment everything you couldn't explain started to make sense. The moment you realized that your delay was not denial. It was divine preparation. So what now? What do you do while you wait? You prepare. Not with anxiety, but with certainty. You act as if it's already done, because it is. You shift your mindset from waiting to receiving. You pay attention to the signs. You give thanks in advance. You stay connected to the vision. And most importantly, you trust not in man, not in systems, but in the energy that's been moving for you all along. Trust in the process that brought you here, to this exact moment, to this exact message, because that trust is the key that unlocks what's already yours. This is the beginning, the very edge of the miracle, the moment before the floodgates open. And when it happens, when the call, the message, the notification, the opportunity comes, you'll remember this moment. You'll say, I knew it, I felt it, I was ready. And you will step into it with boldness, with grace, with gratitude, because you are always meant to receive. You are never meant to lack. You are always meant to live in divine provision. And now, that provision is finding you. Chosen one, you've waited long enough. The financial breakthrough is on its way. Not a trickle, not a temporary fix, but a wave that will wash away debt, that will restore dignity, that will open doors you couldn't have kicked down. But you must remain open, because the way it arrives may surprise you. It may not look like what you imagined. It may not come through who you expected, but it will come. And when it does, your only job will be to say yes. No more questioning, no more doubting, no more wondering if it's real. It is, and it's for you. So take this moment, breathe it in, let it settle in your bones. Feel the shift, because from this point forward, everything is different. The energy has changed. The frequency has been locked in, and your name has already been spoken in rooms you haven't entered yet. The payment is on its way. The blessing has been dispatched. The answer has been released. And the proof, oh, chosen one, the proof is coming. This is the confirmation you didn't know you needed. But it arrived exactly when it was supposed to, because now you're ready, and now you will receive. Chosen one, there are things that happened in your life that were not fair. There were seasons where you gave everything and still felt empty. You tried, you believed, and just when you thought breakthrough was near, something would pull it away, like a hand reaching from the unseen, stealing what was rightfully yours. But today, I am here to tell you the truth. It was never lost. It was never denied. It was only delayed. And now, even that delay has expired. You see, there were forces unseen, unspoken, that tried to hold you back. Not because you weren't worthy, but because of how powerful your destiny is. There is a reason why others seemed to move forward while you were left wondering. There is a reason why your efforts didn't bear fruit right away. It wasn't because you lacked something. It was because what's coming to you is greater than what they ever received. And greater things take time. They tried to block you with discouragement. They tried to bury you with financial stress. They whispered lies, telling you it would never happen. They planted seeds of fear, of lack, of doubt. But you survived all of it. And now, chosen one, the tide is turning. The blessing that was paused is now in motion. The wealth that was withheld is now being released. The doors that remained shut for so long are unlocking, not by force, but by divine right. Because what is meant for you cannot be stolen. It cannot be sabotaged. It cannot be redirected. It is sealed. It is assigned. It is yours. The payment that's making its way toward you has waited patiently behind the scenes. It has circled timelines. It has danced around interruptions. And now it is barreling through every resistance. Because heaven has declared it, now is the time. There is something sacred about delayed blessings. They do not come as ordinary gifts. They arrive with purpose, with power, with presence. And when they appear, they don't just meet a need. They elevate an identity. The universe doesn't just return what was taken. It multiplies it. Do you remember those nights you cried silently, wondering if anyone saw your pain? Do you remember the days when your faith felt foolish? Chosen one, those moments were not wasted. They were recorded, not by people, not by systems, but by the divine force that governs abundance. And now, those moments are being exchanged for manifestation. You didn't imagine the promise. You didn't make up the signs. You weren't crazy for believing that something more was destined for you. You were simply ahead of time. And now, that time has caught up with you. This is why you felt the tension lately. Why things seem like they're shifting, but you can't quite explain how. Why there's a stillness in your spirit, even when chaos surrounds you. It's because you've stepped into a moment of divine reversal. What once resisted you is now supporting you. What once avoided you is now attracted to you. They tried to delay you, but delay is not denial. Delay is preparation. Delay is redirection. Delay is making sure that when it arrives, you're strong enough to hold it, wise enough to use it, and elevated enough to sustain it. Your heart has been conditioned. Your spirit has been refined. And now, the wealth that is coming won't just change your account. It will change your atmosphere. You will no longer have to explain yourself, no longer have to prove your worth. This breakthrough will speak for you, loudly, clearly, unapologetically. They will see it. The ones who doubted, the ones who mocked, the ones who said, "Why are you still believing?" They will see. And when they do, they will know you are never foolish. You were favored, but don't get distracted. Don't let bitterness take root. This blessing is not about revenge. It's about revelation. It's about stepping into what was always promised, not to show off, but to show what faith looks like when it matures, what hope looks like when it survives, what alignment looks like when it is no longer resisted. You are being positioned, not just to receive, but to steward. This unexpected payment is not a finish line. It is an opening, a beginning, a doorway into a chapter where financial pressure no longer dictates your peace. And yes, it's okay to feel overwhelmed. It's okay to feel nervous. This is uncharted territory. You've been in survival mode for so long that abundance may feel foreign. But chosen one, don't shrink. Don't apologize. Don't overthink it. Breathe. Receive. This is yours. Everything that tried to delay you has now lost its grip. Every lie, every fear, every obstacle defeated. You are walking into a harvest that was stored, not stolen. Preserved, not lost. Designed for this moment, not the one before. Let this truth settle deep. There is no force strong enough to stop what heaven has decided. There is no voice loud enough to cancel what has been spoken over your life. This financial breakthrough is not a maybe. It is not a wish. It is a certainty. And you are now within reach of it. From this point forward, the energy has shifted. You may start to notice small changes. A message from someone unexpected, a sudden opportunity, a sense of clarity about your next step. These are not random. These are the footprints of the blessing making its approach. Stay open. Stay present. Stay aligned. Do not try to force the how. Just honor the now. The how is being handled. Your task is to stay in the vibration of yes. This is not just any season. This is the season where you rise, where you see what was always waiting, where you step into what was always yours. And it begins now. Chosen one, have you noticed the shift? Have you felt the stillness, the strange, calm in the midst of uncertainty? That's not just a coincidence. That's not just you hoping for the best. That's confirmation. That's the signal that the financial blessing, long whispered over your life, is closer than you imagined. There are signs all around you. There always have been, but now they are no longer subtle. They are increasing in frequency, in intensity, in clarity. Because the universe is no longer planting seeds, it is sending instructions. It is no longer testing your belief, it is preparing your hands to receive what's already on the way. The signs, chosen one, were never random. The numbers you keep seeing, the dreams that wake you up, the moments of sudden peace, the repeated conversations about money out of nowhere. These are not distractions. These are divine breadcrumbs, leading you step by step to the manifestation of what was promised. For so long, you may have dismissed them, brushed them off, told yourself, I'm imagining things. But now, you can no longer ignore what your spirit already knows. These signs are not symbolic, they are specific. They are the evidence of a reality already unfolding in your favor. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say your name and speak of opportunity in the same breath? How many times have you looked at a bill or a bank balance and instead of feeling fear, you felt nothing? Not because you gave up, but because your soul was calm. That calm was not indifference. That calm was alignment. That was your spirit recognizing that the storm was passing, that help was already dispatched, that what you once chased is now chasing you. Chosen one, you are not behind. You are not late. You are not forgotten. You are positioned, and the signs are proof of that positioning. The repeating numbers, 777, 111, 888, are not just trends. They are confirmations. They are energetic frequencies echoing what is being constructed in the invisible. They say, keep going. They say, you're almost there. They say, stay in the vibration. And the dreams? The ones where you're holding checks, opening envelopes, walking through doors. Those are not just figments of a tired mind. They are previews, windows into what is already being built for you. Your subconscious has seen it before your physical eyes do. And now, your life is catching up with your vision. Even the strange delays you've experienced lately are signs. That canceled meeting, that unexpected reschedule, that thing you thought you missed. What if it wasn't a setback? What if it was a redirection? What if it was heaven saying, wait, I've got something better coming through. The blessing you're about to receive is too big to be rushed, too specific to be confused, too powerful to be placed in the wrong hands. That's why the universe is orchestrating every detail with precision. That's why the signs are intensifying, not to make you question, but to help you recognize what you're walking into. Have you felt yourself waking up differently? Not because everything is perfect, but because something deep in your being says, today might be the day. That expectation is not delusion. That is intuition. That is spiritual awareness of a financial reality already forming. You've been prepared for this. You've been taught through resistance, strengthened through lack, humbled through delays. And now, as the signs rise, so does your readiness. Every person that mentioned money near you, every email with an unexpected offer, every coincidence that placed you in the right place at the right time, they are not coincidences at all. They are alignment in motion. They are the rhythm of the miracle inching closer. This is the moment when you must stay sharp, not afraid, not anxious, but aware. Because the next sign might not look like a sign. It might look like inconvenience. It might look like discomfort. But what if that discomfort is the space being cleared for something new? What if the release you felt wasn't loss? It was preparation. Chosen one, open your eyes. Not just the ones on your face. Open the eyes of your spirit. Because everything around you is speaking. The walls are echoing provision. The wind is carrying whispers of breakthrough. Even silence is heavy with meaning. Have you been feeling a new kind of peace? A peace that doesn't come from having more, but from knowing more is coming? That peace is prophetic. That stillness is the final breath before the shift. You are standing on the edge of transformation, and the signs have arrived to walk you across. Door isn't coming, it's already open. The funds are not being prepared, they are already approved. The release is not in the distance, it is in your field of view. And all these signs are inviting you to do one thing. Stay in position. Do not move out of faith. Do not talk yourself out of what's yours. Do not let the slowness of the hour convince you the promise expired. It hasn't. It's matured. And it's ripe. This is why the signs are louder, sharper, closer, because you are walking toward the delivery. And the universe is saying, look, can't you see? It's already happening. Chosen one, you are not just hearing a message. You are in it. You are the subject of it. You are the reason for it. And these signs are the evidence. You may even feel disconnected from the stress you used to carry. You look at the same numbers, the same deadlines, the same obligations, but you are different now. You don't panic. You don't spiral. That shift in how you feel, that is one of the biggest signs of all. It means your energy has changed. And money always follows energy. Let that settle in you now. Let that truth rewrite the story you used to tell yourself. The one that said, nothing ever works out. The one that whispered, maybe I'm not meant for more. Because now the signs are silencing that story. Now the signs are rewriting the narrative. There is something bigger happening. And you are not just watching it, you are part of it. The signs that have surrounded you are not just for decoration. They are the guideposts of your breakthrough. So what do you do now? You notice, you listen, you stay present. You thank the signs for what they are. Evidence, confirmation, reassurance, and you continue walking, knowing that what's ahead of you is more solid than anything that's behind you. This is not hope. This is not hype. This is the unveiling of a blessing that has been forming behind the veil. And every moment you notice a sign, you are walking closer to its unveiling. You're almost there. Chosen one, by the time you hear these words, the process has already started. What you've been waiting for, it's no longer in planning. It's no longer in preparation. It's already been dispatched. The delivery of what is yours is moving. It's moving toward you even as you sit in stillness. And it's coming faster than your fears would have ever believed possible. For so long, you thought you were waiting. Waiting for something to break. Waiting for permission. Waiting for life to say yes. But what if I told you that the yes has already been spoken? What if I told you that the moment you aligned your energy, the wheels turned? Not in the future, but then, in that exact moment, the moment you believed, it began. The delivery has already begun. Not just in the spiritual realm, not just in the energetic fields, but in the real, tangible, undeniable world. The things that once looked blocked are now clearing. The obstacles that once looked immovable are now fading. And everything is aligning to bring what was always yours into your hands. That it won't come through chaos. It won't come through force. It will come through flow. A phone call. A name mentioned in a room you're not in. A last-minute change of plans that places you exactly where the door is open. And when it happens, you'll realize something. It didn't come out of nowhere. It came from everywhere. It came from every seed you sowed, every tear you cried, every silent act of trust you made in the dark. Chosen one, they told you to give up, to be realistic, to stop believing in what you couldn't see. But you didn't stop. You didn't shrink. And that's why it's happening now. Not because the world gave you permission, but because the universe is answering a vibration you've held in your spirit for longer than you realized. Yes, it's happening faster than you thought. Because you're not who you were. You're not operating from lack anymore. You're not vibrating in desperation. You've stepped into knowing, into expectancy, into certainty. And abundance responds to certainty. You may feel a shift in your body, a tension lifting, a new kind of energy surrounding you. That's not imagination. That's arrival. That's the atmosphere of fulfillment. That's what it feels like when what was delayed begins to appear. The delivery is not coming to find you. It already knows where you are. It's tracking you through your energy, through your choices, through your decision to remain aligned when everything tried to pull you off course. This blessing carries your name, your frequency, your readiness, and it will not be intercepted. Not this time. You've waited for long enough. You've been tested deeply. There were times you thought the door was opening, only for it to slam shut. But now, that door is not just opening, it's being removed. No more threshold, no more hesitation, no more maybe. This is the yes. You might feel it in strange ways. A quickening in your spirit, a new level of clarity, a release from old patterns that used to trap you. That is the arrival unfolding. That is the unseen becoming seen. And here's what's most beautiful. You don't have to do anything to make it happen. You don't have to force. You don't have to beg. You don't have to prove. You only have to allow. You only have to stay open, stay receptive, stay present. Because the more you surrender to this moment, the faster it completes its course. The signs you've seen, they weren't warnings. They were tracking updates. They were notifications from the universe saying, it's on the way. That number on the receipt. That phrase repeated 3 times in one day. That gut feeling telling you to check something one more time. All of it was connected. All of it part of the same current of confirmation. The wealth, the payment, the breakthrough. It's not coming with explanation. It's coming with evidence. It won't ask for permission to enter your life. It will arrive and settle where it always belonged. You will look around and realize the pressure is gone. The weight is lifted. And the only thing left is clarity. The kind of clarity that comes not from figuring it out, but from watching it unfold exactly as it was promised. You are not overlooked. You are not disqualified. You are being timed. Timed for the moment where everything aligns. Timed for the window that opens only once. And now, that window is wide open. Chosen one, your delivery was never canceled. It was never forgotten. It was only held until you are ready to receive it with your whole being. Not just your hands, but your mind, your heart, your energy. And now you are. That's why the acceleration is happening. It might not make sense to others. They may not understand how things change so quickly for you. But that's because they weren't with you in the waiting. They didn't feel the inner preparation. They didn't see the moments when you stayed in faith while everything looked frozen. But the universe did. And that's why the release is undeniable. Don't be surprised when the doors start opening with no effort. When opportunities meet you without pursuit. When the same things you once chased begin chasing you. That is the evidence of energetic reversal. That is the result of becoming the person who no longer begs, but receives. You don't have to explain it. You don't have to justify it. You just have to recognize it. Recognize the arrival. Honor it with your awareness. Welcome it with your peace. Because what you welcome, you sustain. This is not a temporary shift. This is a permanent unlocking. The delivery you've been waiting on is not a drop in the ocean. It's a current, a new stream, one that keeps flowing, one that continues long after the first deposit arrives. And now that it has begun, nothing can stop it. No fear, no doubt, no old pattern. You've transcended those. You've outgrown them. And the energy you carry now is repelling every delay that once kept you stuck. This is why it's coming faster than expected, because you're not delaying it anymore, because your agreement is clear, because your frequency is stable, and blessings move at the speed of agreement. So let go of the timelines you once held. Let go of the old ways of forcing, striving, controlling. They are not needed anymore. The only thing required now is your presence, your trust, your willingness to let the process do what it was always designed to do, deliver. Chosen one, it's already begun. Your delivery is already in motion, and it will find you fully, quickly, unstoppably. Stay ready. Stay open, because the next confirmation may arrive in a whisper, or a number, or an opportunity that feels too good to be true. But you'll know, because you've heard this message, and your spirit already said yes. Chosen one, what's coming to you isn't just a payment. It's a revelation, a complete shift in how you experience wealth, how you understand abundance, and how you see yourself in relation to it. Because after this blessing arrives, money will never feel the same again. This breakthrough wasn't formed through logic. It wasn't crafted by systems. It was shaped by alignment, by your faith, by your quiet endurance in seasons where nothing made sense. You didn't chase this. You aligned with it. And now that it's on its way, it's not just bringing provision. It's bringing clarity. For so long, money felt like a stranger, something you watched others receive easily while you wondered why it always slipped through your hands. But now, something inside you knows that has changed. You no longer panic. You no longer beg. You expect, and that expectation is not pride. It's permission. It's proof that you've learned. Money is energy. It moves to where it's welcomed, where it's honored, where it's understood. You are no longer fighting for scraps. You are no longer convincing yourself that you're worthy. You already know. And that knowing has opened a new stream, not one that visits, one that remains. This is why the blessing will feel different, because it will not arrive with anxiety. It will arrive with peace, with certainty, with power. You will not just use it. You will understand it. You will not fear losing it. You will trust its flow, because you've changed. And because you've changed, what you attract must also change. The old story is gone. The one where you felt like abundance was far from you. The one where you measured your value by your wallet. The one where you believed struggle was noble. That story ends here. What begins now is something new. A rhythm where you no longer wait for permission to prosper. A frequency where money follows your faith. A path where wealth is no longer a mystery, but a mirror. Chosen one, this financial release isn't here to rescue you. It's here to reveal you, to show the world what alignment looks like, what faith produces, what inner transformation makes possible. You'll begin to notice the shift. Conversations around you change. Opportunities arrive without stress. You breathe easier, not because everything is perfect, but because you are. This is not about being rich. This is about being rooted. Rooted in the knowing that you lack nothing, that everything you need is already moving toward you. And once you receive this blessing, your relationship with money will be different. You won't grip it. You won't chase it. You'll guide it. You'll direct it. You'll expand it, because it was never just about the money. It was about the transformation that made the money inevitable. So receive this now, not with fear, but with gratitude, not with urgency, but with openness. You don't have to prove anything. You don't have to earn what was already assigned. The blessing is coming. The shift is complete. And how? You see, money will never be the same again. Chosen one, this moment you're standing in is not ordinary. Something final has shifted. And though you may not see it fully with your eyes yet, your spirit already knows. The cycle of lack has ended. What's been chasing you for so long, scarcity, struggle, waiting, is no longer allowed to follow you into this new chapter. You've stepped through something invisible but real. A door that only opens when the soul is ready. And now that you're through it, nothing can bring you back to the old patterns. The final shift has occurred. You may not realize it yet, but the very energy around you is different now. What used to weigh you down doesn't have the same hold. What used to confuse you now feels clear. This is what happens when lack is removed, not just from your bank account, but from your identity. You no longer see money as distant. You no longer question your worth. You no longer beg life to notice you, because you've remembered something important. It was never about earning it. It was about aligning with it. And now that you've aligned, everything must respond. Opportunities, resources, people. They are not resisting anymore. They are rearranging. Because your energy no longer says, I hope. It says, I know. This blessing that's arriving, the financial shift already set in motion, is not just here to meet a need. It's here to confirm a truth, that you were never behind. You were never forgotten. You were always on time, always being prepared. You felt the delays, the denials, the confusion. But now that you've crossed into the frequency of trust, you can finally see what was hidden all along. The waiting wasn't punishment. It was precision. Every delay was divine positioning. And now, the delivery cannot be stopped. You might feel it in subtle ways first. A release in your chest. A sense of calm when looking at what used to stress you. A sudden message that shifts everything. These are not small moments. They are signs that the breakthrough is no longer on the way. It's already unfolding. You've broken through the veil of fear. The old lies that said you weren't good enough, smart enough, lucky enough, they no longer live here. They don't belong in this new atmosphere. You've changed your agreement. And when the agreement changes, the outcome must follow. This is why you'll never return to lack again. Not because challenges won't come, but because your foundation is no longer built on fear. You know how to respond. You know what to expect. You know who you are now. And that knowing is everything. The financial blessing coming to you is more than a solution. It's a sign that you've entered a life where wealth does not come from force, but from flow. Where abundance is no longer a chase, but a companion. You won't fear the blessing. You won't sabotage it. you'll honor it. You'll sustain it. Because it's arriving into steady hands, into a soul that understands. Chosen one, you will no longer speak the language of lack. Your thoughts are shifting. Your words are creating. Your silence even carries a frequency now. People will feel it. They will sense that something is different, and they will be right. You are not who you were, and what is coming to you is not what you once received. It's higher, greater, deeper. Aligned. From now on, you are in overflow, not because of what enters your life, but because of what now lives inside you. So let it come. Let the breakthrough finish its arrival. Let the confirmation be loud and undeniable. Don't question the timing. Don't shrink from the size of what's being given. You asked for provision. You're being given transformation. You believed for money. You're being given mastery. You hoped for enough. You're being given more than enough. And none of this is by accident. You didn't stumble into this. You stepped into it. You crossed the final threshold between doubt and knowing, between waiting and receiving, between wishing and walking in it. The shift is sealed. You are no longer the one reaching. You are the one receiving. And because of that, you will never return to lack again.